Hey everyone, the Flying Scotsman here. Welcome to this video. Now, some of you will remember this Wii system from TFS Christmas 2018. Now, when I got this system, I haphazardly threw an SSD at it and installed Windows 10 to it. Now, however, we have more of a plan. What we're going to do is, yes, we're going to keep the SSD in here and Windows 10 on it, but I have got a few things for this machine. Firstly, I have a wee bracket that goes to a 3.5 inch, well, it mounts an SSD very much properly in a 3.5 inch drive bracket. Nice. And I have a secondary drive, 3.5 inch 500 gig Samsung hard disk. So this is a regular mechanical drive. Give the machine some more space, and maybe a copy of Windows 7. I also have, while I'm at it, the TV tuner card from the Beast, because, well, the Beast used to be my transfer station. So now this machine has to pick up that slack. So what we're going to do is we're going to install all that into here. And hopefully I'll find a nice long SATA cable for doing that. So, no time like the present, let's get started. And while this is a consumer machine, it is still a... oh dear. It's a machine without any PCI slots, guys. I did wonder if this might be somewhat of an issue. And it turns out it is. Yikes. I know that somewhere I have an analog, a USB TV tuner, so I guess this is what we're using now, unless I can come up with a PCI Express TV tuner. Oh well. Also, to get access to the SATA cables, I might need to take this graphics card bracket away. That's okay, I have done that once before on this machine, believe it or not. And I might need to go at this with a can of compressed air, which I can do now because I have some compressed air. So what we're going to do is, well, first of all, we will do that. We'll remove the bracket. I will be sure to reinstall it though before we power up the machine. There we go. Now this card does have quite... well, this card is bloody huge. How the people at Dell managed to get it in here, I don't think I will ever know. But there you have it. But now I do have full access to the SATA slots and can hopefully run the cables properly. So, with that said and done, I guess it's time. What I need to do is to remove the drive cage. Actually, I wonder if this bracket comes away. That's probably what happens. Excuse me. Ah, yeah, and that's, of course, that is how you do that. Get the drive bracket out like so. Now I remember. Right. Now, let's see if I can... There we go. Now that there's no cables in here, hopefully I can lift this out in a more dignified manner. Yes, I can. There we go. As you may remember, I've got the SSD mounted in a very kind of skew-if kind of a way. So let's see if we can. Well, let's see if we can sort it now. First off, I will unscrew these guys. One and two. I said two. There we go. Now, what we have here are screws to actually mount this drive properly. So I'm going to get these out. So it quite literally is just mounting the drive in this bracket, and there's even a wee cutout for your SATA connections. Look at that. Nice. I know these are laptop screws technically speaking, but hopefully this driver should still be okay for it. Yep, it is. Right. Okay, now I'll just do the rest of these off camera. So now it's time to install the mechanical drive. Well, the hard drive. I know that hard disks are mechanical and that they all are blah blah blah. Bloody blah blah. First off, I need some screws with which to do this, which is why I'm out of shot just now. But hopefully I will not be far too much longer. There we go. Actually, I think I've got screws. What am I talking about? Oh well. So this hard disk will go back where the original hard disk was, and that is somewhere in here. I can't fully remember how this was, but I know. Yep, now I do. So I've got to thread, put the screw in the holes. There we go. And the hard disk literally attaches to the side of the case. Now, technically speaking, these should be the other way round. But, oh well. The SSD being drive 0 should be up here, and the hard drive should be in the actual bracket, but, well, they're not, so what are you going to do? I know these are tiny SSD screws, but they should be fine. There you go. And there you have it. Both disk drives are now installed. And before we do anything else, I'm gonna spray some air in here. Oh, jings. It's one of these. Yeah, that. Yeah, there's these sprays up and leave a lot of white residue. See what I mean? Right, that'll be fine. And now here's one that I've been quite nervous about, trying to manage my way through a maze of cables. Let's see if I can do it. Right. I've never been any good at managing cables. It's not my forte. Right, let's there we go. And then this then goes under the graphics card. That's a wee bit messy, but hey ho. There we go. And I think if I can and there we go. That seems to be everything all nice and connected. There we go. So the next job is to dust off this graphics card mount, and there we go. So dust it off. And just add these two screws. Oops, there we go. That seems to be in straight and true. And then the last thing I need to do before I go and connect the machine up is to button it up. That went well. And there we go. So right now, at the time of recording, you guys should actually all be watching this video, but yeah, that's a bit of a weird thought, isn't it? Get your head around that one if you can. However, I thought that I would add a wee addendum to this video. actually, here's where the really interesting stuff begins. In the time that's passed, I actually decided on buying a 2TB hard drive, because that's really kind of what I wanted for this machine anyway. The plan is, what I'm going to do is partition off 160 gigs for XP and palm off the rest for games. And which version of XP? Well, what else? So, join with me now as I completely wreck my Windows 10 install and attempt to dual boot with Windows XP. Because this won't go wrong at all. What must this machine be thinking? Well, Windows 10 must be thinking, oh, how cute, he's setting up a VM. The rest of the machine won't really think anything, because we're not Big Brother Society. Oh wait, yeah we are. We are Big Brother Society. Oops, my mistake. Alright. CD DVD drive. This one. What the hell happened? What the hell just happened? Yeah. Well, that's concerning. So I've just been booted back into Windows 10 with no text. It's not letting me boot. Oh wait. Do I have to turn off or on legacy USB support? Is that what the problem is? Because if XP doesn't work, then 7 will. And I know that 7 will because, well, to be honest, that's kind of what this machine might have came with. Right, advance. System config. USB controller enabled, onboard card reader enabled. To forget that's got one of those. SATA mode, AHCI, that could be a problem. Onboard LAN, onboard audio, admin, first boot. Onboard audio, onboard LAN, SATA, eSATA USB controller, power management, post behavior, Okay, I've managed to get into it. And I have the world's cheapest, most third-party-ish webcam in the world attached to this machine, and it's not actually properly plugged in. Oops. Oh well. I think I am going to swap that out for a Microsoft one that I have. Excellent. It's all coming together, Smithers. Well, to be honest, yeah, that happened. Okay, so perhaps XP is... I mean, I probably could get XP to work. Could. If I worked hard. To be honest, starting to think that XP perhaps is a bit old. Now 7 does go out of support next year, but at least I can still get things like Steam to work with it. And the whole reason for this exercise is there are a few games that I would like to play that are on those platforms. So, yeah. Now, as some of you will be no doubt aware, I do have a Dell Windows 7 DVD, which is what I'm currently looking for, as in right now. So here we are, one Dell Windows 7 install DVD. You know, one of the latest Dells I've ever seen with a reset button is the Dell Dimension 4100 series. A lot of OEM machines just don't have them. Now, Windows 7 will work with this system. I know it will work because I just know it will. Well, Windows 7 should dual boot with Windows 10. And here we are. So, my language is English, United Kingdom, but for how much longer? We'll install Windows. It's about a month till Brexit now. Ugh. So, setup is starting. So, now it's time to make and partition. Right, okay. So I'm wanting to make a 160 gig partition. So what I'm going to do, select disk 1, advanced options, and I'm going to say new, and I'm going to type quite literally 163,840. There we go. There we go, 160 gigs. There we go. So hopefully this will work. Well, that is a good sign. Windows 7. However, I do think Windows 10's bootloader actually starts Windows to start the bootloader. So if I wanted to go, what is this? What is this? Why is this doing this? Okay, that was weird, but now it's apparently completing the installation. Hopefully this shouldn't take too long. Usually doesn't. I guess this would be equivalent to the Windows 2000 and XP save settings step. So, Windows 7 is restarting. Hopefully this time I won't get any dodgy check disk messages. I remember about 10 years ago when Windows 7 was in its beta stage and later release candidate, how kind of taken aback I was by these trippy kind of animation thingies. Anyway, right. So we are now setting up Windows. Preparing the desktop. Yeah, sound nice. So what I'm going to do is, I see what it's done. It's set Windows yeah, it's set Windows 7's partition to drive C on this one. Oh well. I think I'll just borrow some of these files. Oh, right. Not much in there. Right. That's not going to be a problem. First things first, let's get some wireless up on this. First things first, Dr. Evil. Well, folks, I finally got everything installed. Well, I say I finally got everything installed. I've only got a bare bones Windows install, so actually I'm lying. What I do have installed, though, is Windows 7 Professional with all of the drivers that I need. Whoops, I seem to... Jings! I seem to have become part of the tripod. Right, okay, I've rectified that now. And... yep, we're all installed and activated. We have a Windows Experience Index rating of 5.9. Nice. So I would not mind actually having the Windows Experience for the devices and printers Windows Experience for this machine. I'm pretty sure that that should be something that I should be able to get. But no, apparently we're just going to go on, yeah, this. So that's a bit of a shame. But we've got the everything else all installed. Actually, let's CPU Z this machine. I can. And there is a lot of rattling on this hard disk, even on Windows 10, so I don't know what that is. I have crystal disks to this, and all seems to be working okay. Oops. That's not what I'm after. There we go, Intel Core i5-2300, 95 watt max TDP, Sandy Bridge. 4 cores, 4 threads. Nice. 6 megs of cache. This is a Dell machine, obviously. Using the H67 chipset. PCI Express graphics card. A06 BIOS. Some of you will remember at Christmas time I did actually update that myself. Yikes, that used to work. What the hell? Oh well. Memory, DDR3, 4 gigabytes, dual channel. SPD. PC3 10700. Graphics. ATI Radeon HD 5700 series. Juniper, 1 gig of video memory, so yeah. And I also have a TV tuner installed. It's not connected to the TV. Well, it's not connected to a TV signal. It is connected to a VCR, but unfortunately, I really can't show you anything right now. I mean, I've got a tape in there, but it's kind of a private. It's kind of a private family tape from the early 2000s. So yeah, I really don't want to be necessarily showing that at the moment. But I can show you that the TV tuner is in fact working. See? Got sound and everything. So that's good. I'll be able to use this as a transfer PC. Naturally, you know, I do prefer having a TV tuner actually installed in the actual machine itself, and you know, if I can find a PCIe one, maybe I upgrade to one of those. But with Windows 7 on this thing, I can do media transfer on this. So yeah, there you have it. Just to show you that the Windows 10 partition is in fact working. So here we are in Windows 10 with all my Windows 10 looking applications, and just everything in regular Windows 10-ness. So there you have it. So with that, I think I'm going to end this video. So I hope you've all enjoyed watching it, and please join me for my next video. Cheery bye.